rotating installation from the Summit County Developmental Disabilities Board. All of the art you see has been created by individuals that the county board serves. The pictures are available, prints of the pictures are available for sale, and there's little placards on each piece. And I do want to make sure that the community and city council is aware that on Wednesday, October 30th at 10:30 in the morning, we are going to have a reception to honor all the artists. The county board will be providing transportation for all of those individuals served as part of the art program and making sure that they arrive here at City Hall for that celebration. So we'd like to see as many folks come out to join us for that day as possible. And again, that's Wednesday, October 30th at 10:30 in the morning here in City Hall. And last but not least, we won't see each other again until after Tuesday, November 5th. So I just want to remind the community that that is general election day. And if you're not sure where your voting place is, what your precinct is, you can contact the Board of Elections via their website or by calling them, or we're happy to help you locate that at City Hall. But again, Tuesday, November 5th is general election day, and the schools will be out of session that day. So for parents, please remember that as well. And that's all I have, and I'm happy to entertain questions.
Any questions from the mayor?
I just had actually an addition, while the majority of the city of Stow obviously is doing the trick or treat that night, residents of Wildwood Lake are not. And that is because the neighborhood of Wildwood Lake Estates is a split neighborhood between Stow and Huck Falls. So Wildwood Lake Estates is doing theirs on the 31st, on Halloween. So those residents, please do not go out.
Or go out twice to different neighborhoods.
Yes, not to Wildwood Lake though, they're not going to be ready for you.
Any other questions from the mayor? Mr. Barron?
I have no report tonight, but I'll entertain any questions council may have.
Any questions for Mr. Barron? Mr. Earl, is that for you?
I have no report this evening, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rialli?
Just a quick update on the Stow Colony Abatement Program, Direct Abatement. It's been about 6 weeks since we implemented it, and everything's going pretty good so far. Just as you would expect, a couple little hiccups at the beginning here and there, but the process is tightening up. And now that Amber is back, we're going to look at streamlining it even farther. But all in all, it's been a pretty good experience for both, I think, the police and the law department. Other than that, I just wish everyone safe and happy Halloween. Be careful. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Rialli? Don?
Thanks, Mr. Costello. One thing I have to report on tonight is the paving program is about to come to a close. Hopefully with good weather next week, we'll finish up the last 4 streets. Also, starting Monday, is our leaf pickup program is kicking off. So just reminding the residents to have leaves out by 7 a.m. on Monday morning if you're in District 1, and try to keep them out of the street and on the curb. Any questions?
Don, since there are still quite a few leaves up there, are we going to extend the youth pickup program?
Oh, we're hoping they fall. We will do every that we can get them down. Hopefully they're down before it snows.
Okay, Mr. Levin.
Yeah, every street does get picked up twice.
And this may be your question or Mr. McCleary coming up. I notice many residents, Graham Road is under construction there between Stow and Cog Falls. Some of those lanes where they've got them marked on the Stow side, especially just after Route 8, we lost the markings in the striping, and it seems like somewhat of a dangerous situation.
JD striping is actually scheduled to come in next week. We'll schedule them as soon as the paving's done, because they have to strike the roads that have been paved. So they'll be in next week, striping everything.
Okay.
It's just gonna be a little tough on Graham Road with all that equipment.
Well, yeah, and that's what changing lane patterns.
It's a mess right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually started in the city a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to us, they came in and made a mess. So we asked them to move out for a couple more weeks till we finish. But they are scheduled next week to come in probably Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Mr. McCleary?
Thank you, Mr. Costello. I do not have a report. Happy to answer any other questions.
Okay, come up with any other questions for Mr. McCleary? Seeing none, any new business to come before council?
Mr. Costello.
Mr. Provine.
This is from Mayor Sarah Drew. And with this letter, I'm requesting your approval to fill a vacancy on the board, Building and Zoning Appeals Board. Richard Hodge has resigned from the board due to the fact that he will be moving to Texas. Therefore, I'm requesting your approval of Matthew Aloisi at 4477 Mannington Boulevard, Stow, Ohio. He will be fulfilling Mr. Hodge's term from January 2nd, 2012 to January 2nd, 2017. I've attached his application for review. Your favorable approval will be most appreciated. And as we met Mr. Aloisi this past Monday, and I don't feel there was any questions at that time, but I'd like to make a motion this evening.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion, questions? Mayor?
Thank you. I just want to apologize. I wasn't able to hear here on Monday to talk to council, but I do want to point out that Mr. Aloisi has served on a building and zoning appeals board previously, and he actually came to see me a few months ago requesting that if there was ever a vacancy on that board, would I please appoint him? And I want to tell you that is a really rare occurrence. We don't have people jumping up and down to be on the BZA, so I would appreciate your favorable consideration of his appointment.
That was sort of one question, why you want to do this.
Mr. Lovell?
This is kind of tags in with that. As far as applications, do we have other applications that we keep on hand, or this is the one?
He is the only person who has requested this specific board, and since he has previous experience and understands what BZA is all about, he's the best fit. We do have other applications. Whenever someone makes an application, we keep it on file. More often than not, people will put in a more general application and ask us to try and match up their skill set with available vacancies. We do occasionally get people say, I want to serve on the Parks Board, for example, or senior commission, or what have you. But Mr. Aloisi is the only person who has the desire and the requisite skill set that we currently have as applicants to be on the BZA.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed say no. Motion is passed. Mr. Ryan?
Thank you, Mr.
So, Mayor?
Thank you.
That is all. Any old business to come
I
forward?
have an item under new business. I move to hire one full-time dispatcher.
Sorry, Jim. So moved and seconded. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor say yes.
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 Those opposed say no. Ginger, it's been approved. Right, any old business now? Seeing none, disposition of ordinances and resolutions. Mr. Perpine.
Okay, I'd like to introduce ordinance number 2013-129 and have Mrs. Imhiser read it by its title.
An ordinance amending chapter 1185 COS entitled Regulations Pertaining to All Districts, particularly section 118502 thereof, entitled Temporary Uses, to provide regulations for roll-off dumpsters in residential districts.
Move to suspend the rules. No need.
I would just say,
And I would just add a public hearing on Monday. Move for adoption.
it's been moved and seconded to adopt. Any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Emerson, please call the
Mr. Loudermilk?
Yes.
Mr. Papanek?
Yes.
Mr. Razor?
Yes.
Mr. Rio?
Yes.
Mrs. Bednar?
Yes.
Mr. Costello?
roll. Yes.
Mr. D'Antonio?
Yes.
Ordinance 129 is passed. Mr. Razor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask that we hold ordinance number 141.
Okay. 141. Ms. Bednar.
Yes, sir. Ask Ms. Heiser to please read ordinance number 145 as title.
An ordinance enacted pursuant to section 113708 entitled Amendments to provide for the amendment of the zoning districts map and zoning districts by reclassifying from R3 residential to C3 community retail parcels located at 1941, 1947, and 1955 Thorndale Avenue, authorizing amendment to the zoning districts map by the city engineer.
That will constitute its second reading. Mr. Rio.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to introduce resolution 159 and ask the clerk to please read it by its title.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a consent and cooperation agreement with the city of Hudson, committing the city of Hudson as sponsor for the Norton Road State Route 91 Improvement Project, located in the city of Stow and the city of Hudson, and declaring an emergency.
Move to suspend the rules.
Move and second to suspend the rules. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed say no. Rules are suspended, Mr. Rio.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt.
Second.
Move and second to adopt. Any discussion? Ms. Emizer?
Mr. Waterman?
Yes.
Mr. Urbani?
Yes.
Mr. Razor?
Yes.
Mr. Rio?
Yes.
Mrs. Bednar?
Yes.
Mr. Costello?
Yes.
Mr. D'Antonio?
Yes.
Resolution 159 is passed. Introduce ordinance 160, and have Ms. Emizer please read it for its first reading.
A temporary appropriation ordinance providing for the expenses of the city of Stow for the first 3 months of year 2014 and declaring emergency.
That will constitute its first reading. Introduce ordinance 161. And Ms. Emizer read it for its first reading.
An annual appropriation ordinance providing for the expenses of the city of Stow for the year 2014 and declaring emergency.
That will constitute its first reading also. Mr. Rio.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to introduce ordinance 162, and ask the clerk to please read it by title.
An ordinance authorizing and directing the Director of Public Service to advertise and solicit bids on behalf of the city of Stow for HVAC preventive maintenance for a 3-year period, authorizing and adopting plans and specifications prepared by the city of Stow, and authorizing the mayor to make and enter into contracts for said project, so long as proper authorization is first obtained in accordance with section 17305 COS.
Move to suspend the rules. Second.
Been moved and seconded to suspend the rules. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed say no. Rules have been suspended.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to adopt.
Second.
Moved and seconded to adopt. Any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Emizer, please call the roll.
Mr. Waterman?
Yes.
Mr. Urbani?
Yes.
Mr. Razor?
Yes.
Mr. Rio?
Yes.
Mrs. Bednar?
Yes.
Mr. Costello?
Yes.
Mr. D'Antonio?
Yes.
Ordinance 162 has passed. That concludes all of our ordinances. Mr. Barrett, I assume I do need a motion to release the check from the current bill list? Yes, please. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed say no. You can go ahead and release the checks.
Thank you.
I also understand we need a motion for B or
Your designee.
somebody else to sign off on future ones that are in the interim between this
Correct. Correct.
So I'll make that motion. Go ahead and second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. I guess I get those again. And the committee meetings. Mr. Razor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to schedule a Roads and Safety Committee meeting for Monday, November 18th, or 21st at the President's choosing. Flexible.
The 18th is the public hearing for the Marhoff Road expansion.
Well, let's pick a different day.
Pick the 21st. Mr. Provonic.
Yes, we will be in the need of a meeting for public improvements on the 21st.
Okay. Ms. Bednar.
Yes, Ms. Emizer and I did speak already, and we are set up for the 21st for a planning meeting. And we have public, for the planning, public hearing for on that Monday night.
Okay. Good night. Mr. Real, I know it's going to be a long night on the 21st.
Absolutely. Schedule finance 21st, discretion of the clerk.
I think we're looking at 5:30, maybe.
We will schedule it for 5:30 with time depending on the number of items, so it may change.
There, do I need a committee of the whole?
Not at this time, but I can think of, thank you.
Great. So those meetings scheduled. Anything else that needs to come before us? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Move to second. All those in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, say no. We are adjourned.